With roofing and staining behind us, it's time for us to warm things up a bit. Unfortunately, this means cutting a hole in our brand new roof.
I need to cut another inch or ½ inch off out of the roof.
This creates a whole round of new issues. Between working up on our steep roof,
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out!
whoa, and racing against the rainy weather, and it was flooding our work site, to finding out if our chimney pipe even fits. It looks too big.
That does look too big.
We're starting to feel a little in over our heads.
I'm nervous.
But even with all this stress, we still experience some wins.
We have a window!
Follow along as we navigate through obstacles and see if it breaks our spirits or has us shouting,
Woo!
And if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a moment of the build.
Welcome back, guys. We are tackling the stovepipe today, and it's going to be a fun project. I think the project itself, the stovepipe, is going to be a little bit tricky, but the end result will be that we get to use our wood stove, we get to heat up our cabin, and that is going to be super exciting because it's going to allow us to get work done in the cabin during the winter. We're going to all be dried in, and it'll let us heat the cabin. So we just got to get this the stovepipe connected, get the chimney up, and then you'll watch us put the stove in.
Body's probably all cramped up now.
I need to cut another inch or ½ inch off out of the roof to make the box fit.
Okay. So you're gonna go up and check though?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up and measure. The box is 14 inches, and that's the hole that we need cut up there widthwise.
Okay.
It's at like 13 inches right now.
Oh. I wanna cut a hole.
Oh, it's a big boy.
Yeah.
Give me a nice and sharp one.
A really sharp one. Some people commented that makes it more accurate.
We got that cut to the right size.
Okay. Does that come with directions or? I think it does.
Do you have a hand on it?
Yep.
Okay. It's like it needs to go more towards the back of the house. There we go. Now it's level. It looks good now on both sides. I just checked them both.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Whoa. Use them for too many things.
Okay, we're gonna take a break from building real quick because we have something really exciting to show you that's gonna elevate the cabin.
Today's episode is sponsored by Hyperlight, and we couldn't be more happy with these lights.
Ready to go live? See how this lights up the place? 3, 2, 1. Wow. That is gonna make such a huge difference in working. It pretty much lights up the entire house. Like, I don't think I'd want it any brighter than this. Since we're gonna have a lot of time where we're gonna be working on the house before we're gonna have our permanent electrical in, these are gonna be really important.
And it's really dark in the Pacific Northwest, even during the daytime in the winter. So it is so nice to be standing in our house, and it's just so bright and so lit up, and it feels so much bigger.
For our house, we got 2 of their 200 watt bay lights and 1 of their 150s. And we put the 2 200s in the vaulted ceiling area of the cabin. And then the 150 is up in the loft area. Since we are gonna be closer to that light, we didn't want it to be quite as bright. And we just got everything all connected, and the difference is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it really brightens the place up. I had some temporary lighting, some like little LED bulbs that were set up, and they made it nice.
They made it
Like mood lighting.
ambient, yeah.
Yeah, but for doing any kind of work, it was still way too dark in here.
Yeah, and it would hit like 4:30 for us. We're in the future right now, just a little bit, but it would hit 4:30 for us in the winter, and we would have to be done working in here. So now we can just work into the wee hours.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and just work all the time.
We installed them with, initially we put an eye hook into our center beam, and then the lights have a threaded hole in the top where you screw a J hook in.
And what's really cool is we can use them while we're doing our build, and then when we're done with this build and we're moving on to our outbuilding, they can become our outbuilding lights, and they actually have the wires so we can hardwire them in and not do extension cords like we're doing in here.
And the construction quality of them, the build quality, it seems really, they're very heavy. They have an aluminum heat sink body, so the heat dissipates really easily from them, and honestly, the build quality seems great on them.
We're super excited about this new product, and we feel like it's going to elevate our build. If this is something that you guys feel like you could use too, head over to the link in our description of this video, and you'll actually have a coupon code there you can use to save 5% or 6% on your purchase. I wonder if we're gonna have to maneuver some stuff to get it far enough in to close. Yesterday we went and got our wood stove from a Home Depot that we had it delivered to. And today our goal is to get the wood stove into our house and hopefully finish doing the box that you saw us put in. We got the box in and we have it all cut to fit, but we need to get the pieces that Ryan cut to fit to go under the shingles. And then we need to put our piece of flashing and stovepipe connector on up there. We've been getting really heavy rain that started yesterday, and it's gonna continue through this week on and off. So we really need to get that flashing back on, because last night we got home from going to get our wood stove, and because we only had the box in place and we did have tarp over it, but rain still got in and it was flooding our work site. So we got to get that flashing back on because it really helps prevent a lot of rain from coming in. And then we just need to get the stovepipe connected. So that is our goal. Get the wood stove in the house site, get the stovepipe totally connected over these next few days, and just have a working wood stove by the end of all this. So we have the van parked right back here. It has the wood stove in the back of it. Ryan's going to get the tractor, and we're going to use the forklifts that you've seen us use for different things on the tractor to get it out and move it in here.
Nope.
It was this way. Oh, that was lame. This is the backside too.
It doesn't want to come.
It's like, nah, I don't want to live here.
Woo!
Woo! I like it. The stove is in the house, and now Ryan is going to cut some blocking that has to go in place for our box that is connecting the inside chimney pipe to the outside. Oh,
Never fear.
so that's all good.
You see it come through?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna nail it down. Okay, Sarah just went to go pick up the kids from school. I got the ceiling support box installed and nailed to the roof. Looks like rain's about to come though, so I need to get this flashing back in place so that we don't get a bunch of water inside our house now. So I'm gonna try to get this in before the rain comes and before Sarah gets back.
Yesterday we got the, what did we get on yesterday?
The ceiling support box.
Okay, ceiling support box is in, and then you started putting on the stovepipe flashing as well.
Got the flashing in. We still have to adjust that a little bit more, add some silicone around it, and then we're gonna be ready to test fit the chimney pipe into the top. And once we verify that's where we want it, then we'll put the support rods in.
Then we're good to go. So our goal today is to actually get the chimney in place and see if we can get this all installed, like inside and outside of the
Maybe
house.
light it up.
And then, yeah, have a little fire this evening. Here we go.
There you go.
That one?
Yep. It looks like this part will go down.
Okay, so if I can get it handed to you and get this part kind of up and over.
Yeah. It looks like it should just fit in there and then like kind of twist locks. I think it's gonna be hard like getting it, the first one to fit in there though.
I know, that's what I think too. Because it fits over the top of that, right?
No. See, the whole thing should fit in here.
In there. Okay. I thought it would fit like right on the lip of it.
Double wall pipe comes up and then this connects basically right to the double wall pipe through that connector at the bottom of the box.
Whoa, it goes down that far?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm nervous. All right, do you just want me to like hold the box? It looks like it. You feeling like secure and stuff?
Yeah.
It looks too big.
It does look too big.
That's why I was thinking it fit on top.
I wonder if we got flashing for it.
Okay, the last time you saw us, we were starting to put in the chimney, and then we found out we had the wrong flashing. So since then, we've been doing a little bit of regrouping on what we can do. We ordered the new flashing. It should be coming at the end of the day tomorrow. But in the meantime, we're starting to look at our windows because it's the next step. We're trying to do everything that we need to do that requires the man lift so we can get it returned. And the windows are definitely one of those, especially these big guys behind us. Right now we're going around and the weather has been really rainy. So we're actually going all around and getting to our windows and getting them in here because it turns out that some water has gotten into all the packaging, which is no good. So we're gonna get the windows in here and hopefully start putting the framing trim around each window so we can start putting those in and figuring that out. And then we may backtrack back to our stove. So we're kind of like all over the place right now. And it's all because we've got to get this man lift returned and the weather is just not on our side.
It's the old strands. Whichever way, I don't know. No?
What sucks is we're gonna take these out of the house. Just put them in. Yesterday, you watched us bring in 3 of the windows from our cabin kit. Today, we're going to try to install those 3 windows.
We couldn't find the window bucks to install, and we assumed that we were gonna have to cut those down.
Yeah, so we opened up these 2 boxes and all of a sudden in them are all these packages of wood that are bundled together and they have a label and they tell you which window it goes to, which is great. So I think a lot of people think like, oh, they're building a log cabin kit home. It's not a real home. It is definitely a real home. We're gonna be doing all the electrical, all the plumbing, all that stuff. But there's parts of it that are really nice for beginner home builders like us.
Yeah.
So this is one of them, and this is just one of those added perks. So as you guys have been watching too, we are feeling very discombobulated, and we have our like chimney pipe project going on, and we have windows going on, and everything is to get the man lift out of our life.
It's hard right now, like up until getting the roof on, we had a really solid timeline of what needed to be done. And as we're approaching being dried in, there's a little less clarity on like what's next. Like, do we work on all the window trimming? Do we work on the framing out the rest of the house? Do we put in the showers? Like, what do we do next? So we're gonna have to think about that, maybe ask some advice from people. If you guys have advice, you know, feel free to share it in the comments. Like what should be the next thing we tackle after we get the chimney and the windows in?
Yeah, so definitely the chimney, windows, and then we'll figure all that out. And we apologize for feeling like a little flustered all over the place, but we're feeling flustered. So we've never built a house before. So you guys are coming along for the confusing ride at times. So
like one of our commenters said, and I think he was coming into our defense, but you don't know how to build a house until you've built a house. So we'll be much better the second time around.
All right, well, we'll get those windows installed. We'll take you along for the ride, and maybe there'll even be some chimney pipe stuff happening. We'll see what happens.
Woo! All right, first we're gonna put on the bottom sill that has the slant to it.
Okay.
So if there is any failure of the sill, the water will run away from the house. I think it's on to flashing.
Yay!
I think.
Oh, yeah.
Caulk is up. Windows going in.
We have a window!
We still have to put on the zip, whatever, Z-tape as I like to call it.
And
And
few
then
more
do
nails.
spray foam on the inside.
Yeah.
The first window is in. It went in pretty easily. We did have to do a few cuts to the trim pieces that they supplied for us, but like really minor. So Ryan is doing a little bit of caulking on the outside that was called for by our window manufacturer. And then we're gonna let that caulk dry and then get the zip tape around the edge. And then we'll be able to move on to our next windows. We're not quite sure if we're gonna keep moving on with windows or if we're gonna switch back over to our chimney, because my thought is the chimney pipe and installing the wood stove could actually get done. We'll have to decide where we're gonna go from this window, and we'll take you guys along.